I'll go places and I'll order a smash burger just to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's been kind of the fad in the last few years. Everyone has a smash burger.
Ain't it great? Season 8. We're back with the No Dishes podcast. Once again, brought to you by our friends at Visit Bloomington. Check them out at visitbloomington.com. It's a great resource, even if you're just a local looking for something to do. Also, all of our other advertisers on this episode, they help make this whole thing possible. So please show them some love. Anyways, play that theme song.
Hey, say, honey, let's go out to eat. Relieve our culinary duties. With all these restaurants to sweep us off our feet, they're bound to turn us into foodies. No dishes, no dishes, no dishes. We'll have a bottle of wine, relax and have a good time. No dishes, no dishes.
My first time in Bloomington hungover, my buddy said it. We have the perfect spot to go to. And you know where they took me? Hinkle's Hamburgers.
Really?
And we got owner Richie Shields here. Richie, what's up?
How you doing, Jordan? Good being here.
Yeah, man, I always love going in, shooting the shit with you.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about ice cream, talking about burgers, how things are going, hiring, firing, all the stuff that goes into just...
The fun stuff.
Yeah, you would think it'd be easy. You'd think ice cream and hamburgers is easy.
No.
It's not.
No.
How long you had the place now? You bought it quite a...
6 years.
Yeah?
6 years.
Just had to buy it right before the pandemic.
6 years. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Right in COVID.
Yeah, so how'd that come about, man? Just kind of fall into your lap, or?
Family friend. So the former owners, Debbie Clark owned it. Her husband and my dad were best friends since third grade. Her son passed away February 9th, 6 years ago. She shut it down. So my dad said, hey, let me know if you want to sell it. And a couple weeks later, she wanted to sell it, and it all happened.
There you go.
It happened, yeah.
What was that like taking over? You know, I mean, I obviously know my perspective of coming in to, I didn't buy the place, but running a long beloved place like the Chocolate Mousse, I'm sure you had a lot of that pressure taking over Hinkle's, and it means so much to so many people. It's been around for so long. What was that pressure like when you first opened the doors?
I mean, it wasn't like pressure beginning, but I mean, I knew they had kind of let it go a little bit, you know, having trouble finding help, getting people. So a lot of work getting it to where I wanted it to be, you know, clean it up, straighten it up, all that. So the pressure wasn't there. It was pressure to get open, you know, and then once it opened, it was pressure to keep up.
Yeah.
Because once the word got out, it went ballistic.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So did you make a point to just be like, hey, at least from what the food was before, like we're going to keep everything as similar, the same as possible?
Oh, yeah. No change. Yeah. Keep it simple.
So still grinding meat fresh in-house daily?
We don't grind it anymore.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
You know, they used to grind because you couldn't find ground beef.
Gotcha.
So they would grind it, you know. So anymore, it comes ground, but it's still fresh every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pattying it up,
Patty
getting
it
it
up,
on there.
yep, ball it up, and
Bunch of onions.
pour the onions to it and get after it.
Yeah. Now, what was the old lady that would always take orders? I think she's passed now.
Her name's Janie.
Janie. Okay.
It would have been 2 years ago next month, I believe it was.
I knew at some point, and I'm just not going to waste any time, I wanted to mention her because she was a big part of the experience for me going in there for so long. She was always there. She'd bust your chops because I order no pickle, and that's not as bad as if you go no onion.
Oh, no onion.
But you still catch flack for no pickle. And she would always give me a hard time, and now it's part of the charm.
Of course.
You know, what's you guys got some signs in there that are like, oh yeah, if you don't like something, like you can talk to our manager, go to Helen Wait or something.
I mean, if you want credit, talk to our manager, our credit manager is Helen Wait.
Helen Wait, yeah.
If you want credit, go to Helen Wait. Yeah. That's perfect. That's one of my favorites.
I love it. So can you tell us a little bit the history of Hinkle's?
So history-wise, 1930 they started, 10th and Grant. There is a place called the Bike Shop. Coffee bike shop.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Bike and Bean,
or
absolutely.
something like that. Mm-hmm. That's where it started, around that area. So they started there in 1930. From what I understand, they moved out where we are now, middle to late 60s.
Okay.
around that area. It's been there ever since.
Interesting. Yeah. Again, the similarities with Chocolate Mousse, we were 33. They built the stand in 55. Real kind of similar timelines. There we go. Garrett pulled it up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's
that's
Bike and Bean. I think you nailed it.
Yeah, it's
Revolution. That's it. Yeah.
I went there one time. I heard they had an old sign.
Oh, really?
Went there, talked to a guy, went in the basement. We looked around. Wasn't there.
Oh, man.
It wasn't there, which is fine. I mean, I couldn't have put it up in front of the restaurant.
Yeah, but
we know the regulations.
Still, though, that would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be neat.
So was it the family you bought it from? Were they the ones that had it? Or how
No,
long-
I am the fourth owner, I believe.
Okay.
So the original owners, another lady had it for I don't know how many years. The family I bought it from had it for 16.
Okay. That's a good run.
Yeah. So, I mean, almost 100 years. 5 years, it'll be 100 years.
Yeah. You're going to do a big blow up?
Oh, God, yeah. We'll have a big party.
We talked about doing it in 33 for our 100 years. We did a big 90th thing.
Really?
Made some special T-shirts and not anything crazy big, but yeah, obviously 100 years is like you
We'll
got
have
to
to do
blow
something.
that.
I talked to a friend of mine. There's a band that used to play in Bloomington called the Y Store. They still play around.
Okay.
Older dudes.
Yeah.
Played the Bluebird a lot.
Nice.
My buddy Dan Hunt plays bass. And I said, hey, 100-year anniversary.
You guys there?
You guys there? He said, let's do it.
Let's throw a parking lot party, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Block that thing
Yeah,
off.
block it off. Got the field behind there. We could probably use the field back in the back.
Ooh, okay. Hey, let me know. I put on events, so you let me know. I'll help organize.
We'll
man.
get after it.
I love Hinkles, and if I can help celebrate 100 years, it would be an honor.
Well, they started that one in 1930, and a brother. There's also a Hinkle's in Madison.
Oh, okay.
Hinkle Sandwich Shop is what it's called.
Interesting.
So a brother went down and started that one in 30. Now they make theirs like sliders. They're real small. It's really little small like White Castles. But I've heard they're new owners using frozen patties now. So it just doesn't.
Not the same.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, you got the fresh ground beef. You guys are getting a good sear on the flat top with onions. I should have tell people what makes it special. What makes it a Hinkle's hamburger?
It's the grill.
Yeah.
I mean, 1973, I think that grill is.
Okay.
And it's had a lot of burger and a lot of onions.
So it's seasoned.
It's seasoned. Had a lady come in the other day, and it's like, I'm allergic to onions. Well, you're probably better off to not eat anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't tell you the onions that have been on it.
Yeah, it's like I can do one without onions, but I can't guarantee you're not gonna have a reaction.
Yeah. And you're going to smell like it. People are going to know you've been here. You know what I mean? That's part of coming there. They call it stinkles, that's whatever. I mean, whatever. It's all
I've never heard stinkles. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh man. Do you you guys, I feel like more so than a lot of businesses, you guys are built on the back of regulars.
Oh, we have, yeah. I mean, and we get the new ones come in. I mean, I once a week get a story. My dad used to bring me here. My grandpa brought me Hinkle since I was little. And I mean, those are good stories.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's
a blue collar place.
It is.
That's what I love. I mean, I go in, I love just sitting in over, I mean, part of the convo, you and I are always having convos, but eavesdropping too. On the convos you're having with people. And it's always, hey, how are the kids? How's your dad? It's like, it's a community place. And it's, I think it's probably more blue collar just because you're getting working people throughout the day because you're not open for dinner.
So Hinkle's Hamburgers there on the neon sign right there on the screen, that is the Madison one.
Gotcha. Okay.
That is and Madison's a cool little town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a cool sign. What I'd love to have.
Gotta go talk to them.
Bloomington wouldn't allow it, but
they want it because of the
sign ordinance.
Yeah.
They have a sign ordinance.
Well, I know Nashville's really strict because we had all that when we opened up our Brown County store.
And I get it. I mean, I get it to a point, but it's like, it'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are doing all right. I mean, I love the signage you got, what you guys are doing. You don't need much more, one of my favorite things you guys do, I don't know if you still do it, but I always think of is the difference between open and nope.
Still do it.
Okay, you just move the ends.
And so I'm trying to remember back a long time ago, they used to have letters.
Yeah.
And they would just move the letters themselves.
Yeah.
Now we just have a big cardboard or big paper board here, and we just flip it over.
And it says nope.
Nope or open. Yep, it's easy. Used to, they just rearrange the letters.
Yeah, you just move the end from the end to the front. And
it's famous with Hinkles. That's just, I mean, it's what
yeah.
it is.
Well, it's just part of what, like, man, that's just a cool, you can't replicate it. Like,
No.
it is built on history. It is built on what it is, you know, on its own unique characteristics and personality. And, you know, the old lady, Janie.
Yeah.
Between Janie, between the nope sign, between the giving you shit if you don't order, if you order no, like, it's more than just a burger.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what
Personable. I mean, it's, you know.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to explain to people, like, yeah, the burgers is that. Oh, yeah. I was seeing if that was you there.
Yep. That's Jana, my wife, and I, when we first bought it, first few days of being open.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Woo, baby. Yes, sir.
I like that. It brings you back a little bit.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, I just know, you know, in the progression of coming in there, talking to you, just where your mindset's kind of been of just like, I remember it was kind of hectic when you guys first opened. You're just like, man, I got a lot on my plate. Are you wanting to move better, feel better, and live better? Look no further than Move Bloomington, where their small group personal training programs are designed to improve strength, balance, and flexibility. With a welcoming environment, their expertly guided workouts can help you feel supported in the life and activities you love in and out of the gym. Whether you're new to exercise, a lifelong athlete, or anywhere in between, their dedication to personalized programming will deliver sessions that meet you where you are. Get started today using the code NODISHES to get 50% off their 3-session Kickstart program.
It was hectic and it was crazy. And it's like, I mean, I look back on it now and I'm like, I mean, the first couple of weeks, I thought, what the hell have I done?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know, am I going to be able to do this?
Yeah, well, you didn't.
I mean, that's usually the pressure. When you say that pressure, because you don't want to come in and change stuff and make it different. You want to get it back to where it was.
Yeah.
And that's what I shoot for.
And I think you've done a great job with that. But just as with anything, you know, there are some changes that need to be made for the business to stay sustainable.
Of course.
You know, and you've done some of those things. I'm sure you've had pushback of you don't have ketchup sitting out.
No.
You know, you got to ask for the cat. You like
Right.
things to where like, hey, we have all this waste. You know, we're blowing through napkins. That stuff adds up. People don't understand the ketchup bill or the napkin bill.
And when people complain about, I'm like, have you been to the grocery store lately?
Yeah.
Have you bought groceries? Do you understand what it costs? And on top of that, we got the making it all. I mean, prepping it, all that.
Oh yeah.
But it all costs.
What you have a rough idea when you guys are humping it, just like how many burgers you're slinging on a busy day?
I mean, on a crazy busy day, you're looking. I mean, you could look at maybe 300 is a really, really busy day.
Yeah. All right. That's
300 balls of, and I say burgers, but I say balls of meat because it starts as a ball.
Right.
We start as a ball of meat and smash it out. So I mean, 300 is a real good day.
That's great though. That's
in
a lot
6
of
hours. That's pretty good.
Oh, well, absolutely.
And you got doubles and you got triples.
Yeah, and you're not open 11 to 9.
No,
that's
no.
Yeah, what's your hours over there? 11 to 4?
10 to 6.
10 to
or
6.
10 to 4. I mean, 10 to 4.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You're trying to keep me open longer. No, shit, no, hell no.
Well, Jordan, I knew you brought me here for a reason.
10 to 4.
You guys heard them.
And they tried this about 10 years ago on Friday and Saturday night, staying open till 10.
Yeah.
And I've been there and I've watched traffic, but 5:30, 6 o'clock, traffic dies out front of there. It just wasn't worth being open.
Yeah, and if with your location, I mean, if you were like downtown, I could see, stay open late, you'll crush it, get a bunch of students. But with where you're at, well, and then it just adds a whole. I mean, we've talked about just how difficult staffing can be. It's not as difficult now as it maybe was 4 years ago. But that's just a whole nother shift to staff.
I guarantee it.
You're not going to be there. You're already there enough.
Yeah.
You don't have the quality control that you would with your more limited hours.
And when I'm not there, I mean, it's always the question, where's Richie?
Yeah.
Where's Richie?
Yeah. I came here to talk shit to him and have a good burger. Yeah.
He's not here. Yeah. Isn't that funny that the pictures bring it back, bottom left of my daughter right there.
Oh, okay.
That's all the way to the bottom.
He's not that old, Garrett.
No.
That's your daughter.
Come on, Garrett. So when we opened, my daughter right there, that's my youngest, Addison, 13 years old right there, helping. Both my girls work there.
That's great.
And that was great because they took orders and they got to meet people, anywhere from high school to 90-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it really helped like social skills. It really,
We were just talking about that. We were recording another episode right before this, and we were talking about their kids working, and just like me talking about, I went to MCL today, and that was my first job.
Right.
And it just took me back, and I was reflecting on getting a job at 15 and how much that helps with your understanding of the world and, socializing, understanding the worth of $1. At the time,
making change.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, holy shit.
Mental math.
Wow.
Attention to detail. Yeah. It just helps with so many things. So it's so good to get people and, your kids working young. And that's the nice part about with a family business.
Right.
You don't have to wait till 14.
No. No. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not easy to work for.
Oh, yeah?
Now, they didn't always like it so well, but they knew when they walked in the door, they put their phones up, and they didn't touch them until I gave them a break.
That's great.
You know what I mean? They knew. They know they know how I am.
Well, and too, as they get older, they're going to be known like, hey, your family owns Hinkles, right?
Right. Yeah,
and
they already get it.
Well, and exactly. And they're going to know about it. They're going to know what it takes, not just, revel in the prior, like, oh yeah, we own it. It's like, no. I've been in there myself, and I've helped make it what it is, continue the legacy of Hinkles,
Right.
no themselves,
question.
Putting those hours in.
Oh, they'll call me Mr. Hinkle, believe me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, Mr. Hinkle.
Oh, I like
it's
that.
It's Mr. Hinkle.
Oh, I had a 7th grade science teacher named Mr. Hinkle that I was like, about.
And there she is right there. That's my youngest right there. They call her the machine.
Her friend's sitting in my spot.
Yeah.
That's where I like to sit.
Yeah. They call her the machine.
Yeah. So
She can do any
Mr.
job.
Hinkle and the machine.
Yep. She gets after it. She just gets after it.
My go-to order, I think you know this, every time I do root beer, I'd never drink root beer except at Hinkle's.
Corn dog.
Very corn. Yeah, you already know.
Double
Corn and a
cheeseburger.
double cheese. Yeah,
No
you already
pickle.
know. You
Yep.
already know it.
Yep.
It's so good, but it's
And
just
they
like,
say, how do you remember all these names? I mean, it's I don't know. It's a gift, but a curse.
well, I feel like you probably don't need to try. It just happens when you're, especially as the owner.
But it means so much to people. You know what I mean? When you know their name, now I'll cheat. Don't think I won't cheat. Don't think that I will not sneak around and look at a ticket for a name if I can't get there.
Absolutely.
But it's all good.
Yeah, you're trying, you're making the effort, and you got a lot of faces. They just have to remember Richie. You got to remember 200. 200 different names. It's like starting a new job. Everyone gets yours down real quick. You're trying to figure out everyone's, and you feel like an asshole because you don't have them all down right away, And they're just, hey, Jordan, you're like, hey, you guy. I don't know. What you got a go-to order for yourself, Richie? What's your favorite?
Double cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you go through, this, you go through different times where something's really good. Breaded tenderloin for me for a while. I was on them, and then it just kind of went away. Cheese sticks, of course.
See, I don't know if I've ever had your cheese sticks.
Cheese sticks are pretty good.
See, that's the problem with having such a good go-to orders. You never branch out.
I actually had a corn dog a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. Well, you guys fried. I mean, you're not making the corn dog in the house, but you're just frying it, and it's just good.
Yep.
You're getting a good quality product in, and it's just like, because the double cheeseburger for me isn't enough. But I don't want 2 double cheeseburgers.
No, you don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, so then I'm like, the corn dog is just that like perfect addition for me.
Yeah.
Coming to you this summer, it's the Smithville Communications Summer Concert Series in Ellettsville. Brought to you by B97 and Hoosier Country 105.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Enjoy live music every Saturday from May 24th through July 26th. That's 10 weeks of music every Saturday evening from 6:30 to 8. Located at the Marcy Jane Lewis Park. And did I mention it's free? Dance the night away with the Smithville Communications Summer Concert Series in Ellettsville.
The one time, I totally forgot about this, but I did a cup of your chili, like a 20-ounce cup of your chili.
Yeah.
I tasted my salt. I've never had this happen my whole life except this one time for like 2 days.
Oh, really?
Because it was just so much.
Right.
When I ate it, it didn't taste salty. It just tasted like delicious chili.
Right.
But man, I didn't realize just like that much. And I just had it in my system.
And it's the original, and it pretty much comes from original recipe that they had there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've tweaked a little. I mean, I tweaked it a little bit, not a lot, but I mean, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, and you got the little spaghetti noodles in there.
Spaghetti noodles. And you get one people that say, I don't want it in there. Why do you have that? Or Or, I mean,
That's how we
people
do
love it. Yeah, it's how it is.
Yeah, people are weird when it comes to chili, where they're like, "Well, that's a chili mac.
Yeah,
That's not chili." It's
No.
like, "Well, it's chili here."
That's how we make it. Deal
Yeah.
with it. Deal with it. Yeah, yeah. I have a sign that I don't have it out, but I have it in the back. It says, if you don't like if you don't like it, 3 lights and a right, which 3 lights and a right puts you at Culver's. If you don't like the way we do it, sorry.
3 light. That's funny. I like that. That's good. What are some of the other menu items you guys have that people might not know about that you think are like, oh man, you need to come try that out?
I mean, we have breaded tenderloins, grilled tenderloins, breaded chicken, grilled chicken.
Is that grilled tenderloin going on that same flat top?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
see,
yeah.
I like grilled tenderloins are criminally underrated. I would love to see them more places.
And you want to talk about something that I'll have, and it's really weird, but when you're busy, you know that. If you're busy and your day's going and you don't have a lot of time to eat, I'll eat a grilled cheese.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Grilled cheese off that grill.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
good.
Is that all? Is that off menu or is that on there?
No, it's on the menu.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And I love too. You guys just the old. I mean, because we're digital menus now and all this,
course.
but you guys are. It's the old.
No, it's the menu. Push it up on there. Put it
Yeah.
up there. Yep.
Oh man, I love it.
The jalapeno poppers, fried pickles.
You guys do a good amount of milkshakes.
Yeah, and it's just weird.
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Didn't do a single one today.
Really? Yeah. See,
Not a single one
Because
today.
I've been curious because we've been friends now for a while, and of just like, yeah, let's get chocolate mousse ice cream in there.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, well, the tubs are this big, and we only got so much space.
Of course, yeah.
And then it's like, is it even worth it for you guys?
And some people, I mean, are they going to want it? Are they not? And I'm like cold days, you'll think it's a chilly day, you know? And it's not. It's a milkshake day.
It's weird.
Or middle of summer, 90 degrees. We're not going to sell any chili. Boom, you sell a whole big pot of it. I mean, you can't figure people out, which is good for us. You know, everyone's different.
Yeah,
Whatever
you're
they
running
like.
through it. No, it is weird how some people I've learned over the years crave ice cream when it's cold. Because you think, oh, it's hot out, I'm going to get ice cream. But no, there's some people. Now, obviously, our sales plummet in the winter,
Of course.
but you have some people that like they won't see you all summer,
Right.
And then they'll come in when in the winter. They're like, oh, I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Give me that grasshopper.
There's that guy that drinks coffee all the time, all through 90-degree weather. You know what I mean?
I still do iced coffee even when it's super cold out.
Yeah.
Every now and then when the throat's sore, I'll be like, all right, give me something hot.
Right.
Which I did. I'm not going to call this place out because I love them and they do great stuff. But I like had one of those days. I was getting over a cold this last week or so, and throat was all sore. And I'm like, man, I need to scorch my throat a little bit. You know what I mean? Where
right.
like, ooh, that just feels good. You feel like you're resetting it almost. And then when it was just like room temperature, like latte, and I'm like, come on! Like,
Yeah.
I was so
Heat
disappointed.
it up.
Yeah, like, come on,
Give
yeah.
it to me. Burn me.
It's like I should have just done iced.
Whiskey's good for that, but I know you gave all that up. So,
Yeah, I had a good run. Yeah, now I'm over to lattes.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I
Yeah.
made a lot less mistakes that way. Huh?
Well, of course.
Huh?
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
for you,
yeah,
Garrett.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bad joke when Garrett's like, I'm just walking out.
Yeah, I'm walking out on that one. I don't want to hear.
He's
any
like,
part
Jordan,
of
for
this.
you, that's bad. Oh man. You guys are closed Sunday?
Closed Sunday and Monday.
Okay, so Tuesday through
and that's
Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday. Now, when I bought it, I thought, why are they closed on Mondays? Why not 6 days a week? And then I did it, and I know why.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, especially with COVID, you know, I tried Mondays, and we'd have a bad Monday, and I'd say no, you know. Then we'd turn around, and I'm thinking about closing on Mondays, and we have a great Monday.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, we should be open. But you know, you're adding to all the payroll and all that, finding help, everybody's showing up, you know, and I'm just like, let's go back to how they did it. Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 4. It's how it always been.
What's your busiest day of the week?
You name it.
Yeah, it just
you
depends.
don't know. You just,
because Saturdays are interesting for me because I feel like a lot of your business is people coming in for their lunch break from work.
of course.
And so I feel like you would lose that on Saturdays.
But at 12:10 today, nobody. 2:15.
It's a Tuesday for those listening.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't sure what day it was,
No,
but
yeah.
12:10, maybe one person in there.
Huh.
2:15, probably 4 tables.
Weird.
And COVID did that. I mean, it where,
Yeah.
you know, 3:00 in the afternoon, a lot of the students are 2 to 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Come rolling in, groups of 3, 5, you know, or
Yeah.
whatever.
are you getting more and more students? Do you feel like? Because I feel like they built the Dillon over there. Of
course.
And I've had it when I've been in there, and you get some bros coming in like, bro, you got to check this place out.
Yeah.
Which is ironic. I mean, that was me however many years ago. Maybe.
And
not.
once they start coming there, and they're like, I got to come back. What do you put in these burgers?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you put in? I said, I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not telling you.
Yeah. You ever thought about doing like a sack special or something?
I mean, it's crossed my mind. I mean, all kinds of stuff crosses my mind.
Yeah, like, hey, you get a sack of 10.
Right.
Just like, hey, give me a sack of 10.
Yeah.
Almost like a White Castle type thing, crave case.
Yeah.
But instead of doing 30 little sliders, you're getting 10.
You're getting 10 cheeseburgers, hamburgers.
Yeah.
And there are people that do it that way.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they do. I mean, it happens.
We'll just line it up.
Line it up. Let's go. Get after it.
Now, you didn't have any type of restaurant background before you bought it.
No.
Is that right?
Nope.
So that's, I mean, did that play into those first few weeks? You're like, what did I do?
You know, I had the main cook that was there. It's been there for a long time.
What's his name?
John.
John, okay.
He's not working anymore.
Okay.
But I had him, so that helped me.
Yeah.
And a couple of people I had experience, so that helped me.
That's great.
The people stuff was easy for me. You know what I mean? I was good with that.
Yeah.
No big deal.
And you're what you see is what you get kind of guy.
Right.
And so what you see is
sometimes.
No, but
Right,
that's
yeah.
what that restaurant is too.
Yes.
And so like your personality is tailor made for what Hinkle's already was.
Right.
So you don't have to. It's not like you bought some foo place and you gotta act
Pretend.
all. Yeah. It's like no, you just go in and be yourself.
No, we're
and
good.
Yeah, people enjoy that.
Yeah.
That's what they want.
And so of course, I mean, you know, that was scary in a way, but like I said, we didn't change anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We didn't change anything. We did add one to the menu. So we have a triple, which is called a Heath burger, named after a guy named Heath.
Okay.
Local guy. He'd always order a triple. They named it after him. So we come up with another burger. I wanted to implement my girls into this a little bit, make them feel like it was part of them. And so we come up with a Chubb's burger, which is a triple cheeseburger, 2-piece of cheese, onion pickle, of course, 2 onion rings and a barbecue sauce.
Ooh, okay.
It's called the Chubb's burger. So going back 5 years or so ago, my daughters started calling each other Chubbs as a joke.
Yeah.
And so I thought,
I think that's hilarious.
And I'd walk into the basketball gym with the girls playing basketball, and they're like, "Hey, Chubbs, hey, Chubbs." So I thought Chubb's burger.
Yeah.
And then I got a story from a customer a few years ago. He said, "Did you name the Chubb's burger after Chubb Hinkle?" And I go, "No." And there's a Chubb Hinkle buried right across the street.
Really?
Yeah. Which was really, really weird.
Yeah. That's almost like, hey, that was meant to be.
There's some stuff that happens. I hired a girl a couple of years ago that ran the register, dark-haired girl. Janie was her name. And her name was Janie, just like the Janie before.
Wow.
I mean, it's just like, and when I hired her, I didn't put it together. And then someone said something, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, wow.
Yeah. That makes you're just like, man, there's something bigger going on than what I'm doing here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in, I think, in a couple months, and I'm just sitting here just craving
And
it
people
right now.
tell me that, and they're like, I'm like, man, you could have been in yesterday. I wouldn't have been yesterday. It's closed on Monday, but I'm saying last couple of days, I wouldn't remember it.
Right,
You know?
yeah, it's
I mean,
all
you
blur.
You see people, and it just come and go. And when you get rolling, when you're busy, I mean, it's just going.
Yeah.
It's going like crazy.
The No Dishes podcast is brought to you by VisitBloomington.com. VisitBloomington.com is the best resource for restaurant and culinary information, special events, fun activities, places to stay, and more in our area. We share a similar mission here on the No Dishes podcast of highlighting local businesses and the people who make our community unique. We can't thank them enough for hopping on board. Check them out at VisitBloomington.com to easily plan your next meal, visit, or night out on the town. You ever get anyone that says like, hey, if you take away that type of ice, we're never coming back here? Because you guys they do the Pebble, Pebble ice.
Little Pebble ice, yeah. No, but I did have a guy one time in town from Texas that he wanted the model number, serial number, and all that off of it because he was going to buy one.
Nice.
And put it in his garage at home. And I'm like, all right, dude.
I've always heard, because we used to have the Pebble ice at the Moose, and then we got this machine called a Magna Blend that really helped us in a lot of things, but it doesn't use the Pebble ice, and you're not going to have two different ice makers.
Of course.
So we got backlash from that. It sucked. had to do what we had to do. But what I learned is it's a big pregnancy craving.
Guarantee
that
it.
type of ice, pregnant women, a lot of them apparently are just like they crave that ice to chew on. You guys got it. Chick-fil-A's got it. And we would get hit up all the time like, hey, I need to be husband of the year. You need to give me some of that. You need to give me some of that ice right now.
There's a girl that worked at the Crescent Donut.
Yeah.
Across the street. She would come over and she would bring her own bag and ask me, and I'd fill her bag up for her, and she loved it. And it's like almost like an addiction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you can be addicted to a lot of things. And I'm like, man, ice? All right, whatever.
So I'm glad you brought up Crescent Donut. I've had this idea for a long time, and I've never ran it by you. You see places do the glazed donut on the flat top with a burger.
Right.
Have you ever thought, would that mess up the flat top? Because I feel like you got Crescent right there.
Right.
Let's just say just once a day, you pick up on your way in, or they run over just a dozen glazed donuts. And every day you have 12 of these special burgers available where you just cut a glazed donut in half.
Right.
You caramelize the glaze, you get the hamburger on there. And like, cause you see shit like that. And it's like, oh man, like people travel for like a burger like that.
Of course.
And you guys, the thing is, and I think this is why I haven't brought it up to you before. I mean, Hinkle's isn't gimmicky. Hinkle's is it is straightforward and it's kind of gimmicky. Yeah. But I feel like that would mess up my mouth in a way that I want. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like that would be.
It might do something to you that you want all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you think I'm big now, just wait till those are on the menu,
I need a hit. I need a hit. I need that donut burger. You know what I mean?
I'm going to start calling you my plug.
Yes, yeah.
Like, Richie.
Yes.
I know you could. It's 6 o'clock. Jordan, we're closed. We've been over this, buddy.
Yeah. Fire that grill up, will you?
Like, I'll pay you whatever you want.
Come on. It's all right. I need it. I need it. Hit it.
Anyway, something to think on. Something to chew on.
We had a guy show up earlier last year, and the guy called me to see if he could come by. His name was George Motts. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. All-American Burger in Soho, New York. And he writes books on burgers. And he talked about gimmicky burgers with different things and doing the same thing. He's like, do you ever change? And I'm like, no.
Yeah, this is what we do.
It's just what we do. We don't change it up.
It's like that place, I think it's Massachusetts, where they like are credited with the first like hamburger, cheeseburger, and they put them in these grates and then like flip them over and they like put them into these broilers, but they're like vertical. Have you ever seen those on any of the food shows? But yeah, it just makes you think about that. Like, this is just what we do. It's what we did. They started in like the 1800s.
It doesn't change.
Yeah, they're like, they're not. You'd be like, hey, you should do a glazed donut burger. They're gonna kick you out.
Yeah,
So that's why I haven't brought it up, because again, it's like it's just not what Hinkle's is. But if you ever did it, just consider naming it after me. That's all I ask.
Yeah, the Jordan.
Yeah,
the Jordan.
Oh man,
that's an idea.
Yeah.
We'll kick that around.
Good. It's an idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's an idea. Have you ever? I mean, do you guys? I feel like, because I always find interesting, like neighboring restaurants. I feel like have a unique relationship. Do you guys have a relationship or partnership in any way with Crescent, where they see you all the time, or you see them, or do you guys kind of?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't. I have a former employee that she worked at Crescent, came to work for me, then went back to Crescent. I mean,
okay, yeah.
And I mean, we don't. I mean,
okay, yeah. I was
we're
just
kind of just open the same hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're busy. You got shit
I try to stay
on.
away from that place as much as I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I call that the most dangerous corner in Bloomington.
Yeah,
between Hinkle's and Crescent.
I guarantee you.
My God,
overload.
Yeah, I need to get the new Crescent owners on here.
Definitely.
That'd be fun. You think I like ice cream? Get me talking about donuts.
Like the chocolate covered cinnamon donuts.
Oh, see, I do it's caramel. I do the caramel covered.
Oh yeah,
which I always call maple.
Right.
Which it's caramel, but like they've done they've brought it. That's the thing. The new owners, I think it was the a younger lady that bought it, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they came in and did a great job of reinvigorating the brand and what they do. And hey, we're going to do these specialty donuts. We're going to do maple bacon. We're going to do whatever
holiday.
Yes, exactly. And I love to see that, because Crescent was always so good, but it was always, there wasn't any creativity to it.
No change. Yeah.
And so I love to see them bring that in while still being what Crescent is.
Of course.
But yeah, loving. I always tell people, we're ice cream guys, but like we're both baked goods above all.
They have a place on Anna Maria Island where we've spent some time at, and it's called the Donut Experience. And they have a list where you check off all these different toppings, and they'll make it the way you want it. You order it, and then they make it that way. They deep fry them.
Okay.
Oh, it's pretty dangerous.
The donut. Here we go. He's pulling it up.
Very.
The
very,
donut experiment.
very, the donut experiment.
What?
Oh yes,
buddy,
dude. I'm telling you. Yeah.
I just love donuts.
I mean, look at that.
So the thing is, even when I've gone on like pretty strict diets, the one thing I've never cut out is like every third day, I'll still go get just like a glazed donut. The thing is, if you just get like a plain glazed donut, it's like 200 calories.
Right.
There's these Oreo brownies I love, but they're like 430.
I mean, look at that. I mean,
just
that.
like,
I mean,
yeah. All I'm saying is donuts aren't super dense, so they're not as bad for you as some other like baked goods that are just like packed.
Only eat like 6.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Yeah. Or unless it'll be like, the amount of sugar in this is equal to 6 glazed donuts. And you think like that makes you think like, oh, I don't want to eat that thing. It's like, no, now I just want to go eat 5 donuts.
Of course.
And feel like I saved myself a donut's worth of sugar and I was good.
Yeah. Like a double cheeseburger and, a corn dog and a Diet Coke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fat kid math.
It evens out. Of course. Yeah.
All right. Well, now I'm just going to talk about and think about donuts for the rest of the night.
Thanks, Garrett. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Garrett. This is your fault.
You.
Yeah.
I have to go break into Crescent.
Dude, I know. Well, that's why I'm sitting here like, okay, Crescent's closed. Square opens up like late night. I'll probably be in bed already. Parlor Donuts is closed. You go to Kroger and see what here's the thing. How is Kroger, I'm going to go on a tangent here. How's Kroger as big as they are? They make shit donuts.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't get it. They make good other baked goods. They make good other stuff. But if you've ever had a donut from Kroger, it's like the most average thing you've ever had.
I don't think I've ever had one from Kroger.
You're not missing out. Garrett, do you understand what I'm talking about here, Garrett?
It's been many, many years.
It makes, if you can't tell, it makes me upset.
I mean, Speedway has better donuts and they got
they got Krispy Kreme.
Of course,
and it's like, bro, let's go. Yeah. Speedway, that's a little
I always
treat
wondered
for me.
if the Krispy Kreme would go in Bloomington.
Yeah. Just a standalone.
Standalone store. Like they have them Pigeon Forge down south. I've seen them.
Oh, and then you get the fresh sign.
Right.
And
oh, yeah.
I would love that. I don't know if I've actually ever set foot in a real Krispy Kreme store. They had one on 86 in like Nora in Indy, and I never made it in there. My grandparents used to live over there. But yeah, so Northside Kroger, actually, they do have, just like Intamins, they have Krispy Kreme. You can buy like a full box.
Right.
But I'm never buying a box of donuts.
Of course,
usually it's just me, and I'm not that far gone.
No.
So I'm usually just getting a donut.
Right.
And so then you just have the Kroger bake section. But one of the last times I was there was the driver like going out, and I went to my girlfriend. I was like, I want to get my picture with him. This is my hero.
Right.
It's a Krispy Kreme driver.
Yeah, of course.
I was too shy.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, sir, can I get my picture with you? But I thought he would laugh at me, or
He would just be like,
or just be
okay,
like, dude, I'm
dude.
just trying to do my job.
Yeah.
Or like, I think he would have thought I was like doing it as a joke against his profession.
Yeah.
Whereas I genuinely think like, yeah, no, this guy's doing the Lord's work.
And whereas you and I say stuff, and a lot of you look at the younger generation, they don't always grab onto that.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they don't always catch on. And I mean, it's the way of our world anymore.
Yeah, well, this was an older guy, and I thought he was going to look at me like I was some young kid trying to make
being
fun
a smart
of.
aleck.
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm like, no, respect. I got respect here.
We have our girl has a go-to, Anita that takes orders. She has a little go-to joke. She does the college kids. They'll order a double cheeseburger. And she says, we're all out of doubles, but I can give you 2 singles. And they say, okay. They don't get it. And it's like, oh, okay. And as they're looking down, not looking at you, and and it's
and
like,
they can't see the smirk on your face.
Yeah, and their friends are like, "Oh, dude," and they catch it. Their friends catch it. It's priceless.
Well, that's good. Nothing like making a guy in a group get made fun of for the rest of the week.
And I do it. I mean, and that's the fun part. You can get away with doing that there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I can say stuff to them and get away with it, and it's all good.
Yeah,
I mean, I enjoy it.
Part of the charm, my friend.
I had a girl ask. You talk about shakes. I had a girl ask me for she goes, do you ever do a cherry chocolate? And I go, well, we do, but we've already done one today. Our limit's 1, so we can't do any more.
Yeah.
She just looks at me like,
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a good, unless you just laugh right off the bat, but sometimes you got to feel out the situation.
Of course, yeah.
So you're just like, wait, are they messing with me?
Yeah.
I love that.
They don't always get it.
No, yeah. Well, that's fun. And that's you're there every day.
Right,
That
yeah.
helps.
You
It's
have to make it
It's
that
the
way.
stuff like that gets you through.
Of course.
And just makes it fun and worth it, you know?
Yeah, no question.
Better business, better community. For over a century, the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce has been a cornerstone of business growth and community development. They are dedicated to helping local businesses thrive. Their business is all about your business. Join the chamber today. Call 812-336-6381 or visit chamberbloomington.org to learn more. Richie, you're a local guy. Tell me, let's go from Richie's born to Richie bought Hinkles. I know it's some time to fill in.
That's a lot of time to fill
You
in. I
give
didn't
us
realize.
the cliff notes. Yeah,
Well, no,
I just want to know your background.
come through high school, graduated from South, moved to Chicago, played football for a couple years, junior college football.
Oh, nice. Lineman?
Yeah.
Guard?
Garden center. Yep, garden center in college. I didn't like to study, so I went to junior college. There's no junior college in Indiana that have football.
Huh.
So I ended up in Chicago, suburbs. There for 2 years, 2.5. Moved to Ohio for about 6 months. Didn't like to go to school, playing football. Did a little semi-pro. Moved back, started working, get a job. You know, I mean, if you don't want to go to school, let's get a job.
Yeah. You got to make
So-
money somehow.
Of course, you know, and that's all right though. Made some mistakes, you know.
I dropped out. I haven't
Yeah.
regretted it one day.
My brother, which is 5 years younger than me, I feel like he learned from a lot of my mistakes. He ended up getting a full ride. He played football at IU,
Nice.
free business degree. I mean,
great.
You know, he learned to be smarter than his brother, which is all good.
Yeah, it's good for him.
And so, I mean, I did a few jobs trying to find things. Worked at I'm not sure there, the old Cloverleaf where Cozy Table is, across the street. There was a little car repair shop. So I was a service manager, and so I waited on customers, and I loved just the people, helping people instead of trying to stick it to them. You know what I mean?
Genuinely helping them.
This
Especially with
is what's wrong. We're going to show you. This is what it's going to cost now, but I'm not adding all this extra in. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so get out of that.
Well, just to be able to do that in that industry that's known for a lot of people of getting screwed over because they don't know any better.
No.
They literally unless you're really a car guy. Like I like cars, but I can't work on them.
Of course.
But there's a big level of trust
Yeah.
of you telling me and me believing what you're telling me. You know, and so for you to be kind of help show people, hey, we're not all the same, I think is admirable.
Or women, you know, because women will get taken advantage of course.
Yeah.
Because they see them coming. Mm-hmm. Or college students, whether it's female or male, you know, their mom and dad are 5 hours away, 15 hours away.
Yeah, they're just,
You know what
you're
I mean?
expecting them to just hand you their
Yes.
credit card
Yeah.
and not ask any questions.
Right. And you just treat them like you'd want to be treated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you do with people. I mean, I did work, I studied criminal justice. I thought I wanted to be a state policeman. Wow, look at that one. So I worked at the jail here for about 1.5 years. I was a correction officer.
Oh, wow. And that was after the service manager?
No, that was before. That was when I first got.
What was that experience like?
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was different. I mean, it made me not want to be a police officer.
Right.
You know what I mean? A lot of politics and different things. And you know, and the same thing with inmates, you just treat them the way you want to be treated.
Right.
You know? But I thought that's what I wanted to do. I got a criminal justice degree. I mean, now I own a burger restaurant, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which it's fine, you know what I mean? You live and you just change. So after the service advisor, I went to work at a stone quarry, a stone mill, cutting limestone.
Real life cutter.
Yeah, and it was good. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool to see and I mean, the weather, of course, was not all that great.
Out in the elements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and did that for, I don't know, 12, 13 years.
Wow.
After doing service advisor for 10. And I knew I wanted to kind of be my own boss, have my own place. I mean, because I like to do things my way a little bit, you know, not have to worry about who you offend.
Uh-huh.
So, and when this came up, jumped all over it.
I love it, man.
Oh, me too. COVID hits, you know, and we don't know what we're going to do, where things are going to happen, what's going to happen. And what was cool, my old boss from the stone mill called me when the restaurants, we didn't know if we're going to shut down.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "You've always got a job here if something happens."
That's great.
And that's what you do. And I've tried to teach my kids that, you know, you don't ever burn a bridge.
100%.
Yeah. And I don't care if you're going to leave me, an employee, leave me, but do it on good terms
Absolutely.
because you never know when you're going to come back. You know?
Oh yeah, the 2 weeks is like, yes, it's there for the employee, but like I've had people over the years, a lot of people in our good terms, and then some people just not show up.
Right.
But yeah, you know, I've said all the time, what's kept me in Bloomington is I never intended to be in Bloomington as long as I have, you know, and I'm going on 16 years now, and it's because of the people and who I know. And that's so much. People just don't, and it's fostering relationships.
Of course.
You know, there's been so many times where, yeah, you want to tell someone to just go off and just like, but that takes energy. It's almost better just kind of let things go. And then I've had so many times where I didn't end on great terms with people, and then down the road, because we didn't really burn it all the way down, that we reconnected, everything was cool, and we were able to help each other out.
Of course.
You know, so sometimes, like, even though you want to,
and you've had it, I'm sure. I mean, I've had it, I'm sure you have, but you'll have some that you'll hire and they'll do it for a couple of days, and it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
No hard feeling.
No harm, no foul. Yeah.
No
of
harm. I mean,
course.
I get it. It's not easy.
We've had the amount, I take great pride in how many people have been thankful for just like, because you'll have people that like, you think they're gonna be around for a long time and they intend on it, but then they're just a better opportunity comes along.
Right.
And then when I'm not upset and I'm just happy for them, sometimes they're genuinely surprised. I'm like, why would I be mad about you doing what's best for you and getting a good opportunity?
Of course.
Like, that's crazy to me that people don't respond that way.
Yeah.
Like, that's good. Like, especially in what we like, most people are going to have their career at the hamburger stand or have their career at the ice cream shop.
And nothing against those people that do.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But like, not every, it's a few.
It's not
small,
for everybody.
It's a small number though. A lot of
I mean, it
people,
hurts
it's
when you have a
stepping
good
stone.
one.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah,
mean,
you want to keep them forever.
You know, I mean, but you know, you get it. You know, it's just, I mean, it's part of it. You know, it's
what
life.
is there a place in town that you miss that like you used to go out to eat that like you're like, oh, because you've been around for a while? Is there one where you're like, man, I used to love going here and it's just not around anymore?
You know, of course, Cafe Pizzeria was, you know,
that one's fresh.
That was a good one. It's a new one. You know, it's a fresh one. You know what I do miss, and not really places per. I miss when there weren't as many options.
Okay,
We'll put it that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because when we go by, a lot of the stories I get from people, when it was Hinkle's for them as a kid, it was a treat. You know, when we were growing up, when you got to go out to eat, it wasn't just like now. I mean, when your drive-thrus are everywhere you look or just all over the place, you know, big long lines. It wasn't like that before. You had Ladyman's Cafe on Kirkwood. You had Bruce's Cafe, Gibbonenzel South Side, Little Engine, you know, up on 11th Street.
Never heard
Hinkle's,
of that one.
Oh yeah. That's they've tore the building down, which was Community Kitchen on the corner 11th and Monroe.
Yeah.
That used to be a little burger place, little sliders, little like White Castles. Yeah.
That's cool.
But there was no Lowe's, all that over there. And I get times change, but there's so many. The competition is, you know, I mean, the competition stuff.
Yeah, well, you say, yeah, it sounds like you're like, yeah, if you want a burger, you went to Hinkle's. If you want a pizza, you went to Cafe Pizzeria.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you got a million options. And yeah, even for me growing up in the 90s, it was mainly because my mom, it was like, yeah, we didn't get to eat. Eating out, yes, was a treat.
Of course.
And it's just like, oh, yeah, we get to eat out. And yeah, now it's hilarious because all I do is eat out. But it is much more commonplace.
Yeah, of course.
Whole different world.
And when you're around food all day long, you know, you say, what's your go-to or what? But when you're around it all day long, you don't want it as much.
Right.
I mean, it really, you're like, oh man, you can have a Hinkle burger anytime you want. I can, but I don't.
Did you, for the first like year you owned it?
No. Oh, no. No.
Because that's how it was with the ice cream.
No, probably. I would have thrown it up probably. You know what I mean? Yeah, nerves.
You're just,
you know, you're just, I mean, because it's, am I doing okay? Mm-hmm. You know, and it's always your self-doubt within yourself.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, it's not, they're telling you great things as they're leaving, as your day goes on, everything went great, but you still have that in your back of your head, you know. I mean, your mind's your own worst enemy.
Absolutely. Yeah,
You know?
we're all our own biggest critic.
I guarantee it.
I mean, hell, for me, I mean, just with sobriety, like the further, it just takes time. Like for you, you know, you've gotten comfortable. You know you're running a good ship.
Right.
And that doesn't matter how much stuff you were told early on, that just took time.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing where I'm just like, the further I get away from some of the dumb shit I did, I'm more at peace with it. Or just like,
And it's
you
hard,
know,
hard for new people when you hire them.
Yeah.
You know, the different ones I've hired over the times, they kind of like, well, because I don't do it your way doesn't mean it's wrong. Well, you know, I know how I want it done.
Right.
So this is the way I want you to do it.
And there's a reason for
You know
that.
what I mean? If you want to argue, that's fine. We'll argue. But I'm telling you, this is the way it's going to do it.
Yeah.
It's the right way. You know?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, you know, that's why my name's on the wall.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Perks of
You know what I
owning
mean?
a business.
I guarantee you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it is.
It's like, if you want to go do it, go
And
buy
I'll
it.
admit my mistakes. If I, you know what I mean? There's no question there. But I mean, you get comfortable and you hope you don't get too comfortable to where you slack or lack on things. You know what I mean? I don't know that there's a day goes by I don't worry about if something went out right.
Oh, I'm sure all the
You know what I
time.
mean?
Well, and then you're pretty hands-on, you're upfront a lot. I'm not nearly as much as I used to be. And then now when I am, and then I do see mistakes, I'm like, well, how many other ones are happening that I don't know about?
Oh my.
And
Yeah.
it eats you alive. Where
I
you're just
guarantee
like, oh shit, what is happening all the
In
time?
the middle of the night, you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Or wake up
Yeah.
thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, damn, if you did this then, what are you doing when I leave and run an errand?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing then?
Yeah. But
know?
usually it's better than our worst fears, which is good. That's
Of course. I mean, it always is.
Well, it's crazy though, the standard as it should be, but like you'll get 1 million 5-star reviews and you feel great about it, but you get just 1 star and it eats at you.
Yeah.
And it's like 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 30. And that it's just that one, the negative always just shines so much brighter.
And the good thing about, and I learned this, I tried to learn this over the last 6 years, was when someone negative comes on social media and says something about you, you don't have to say a thing.
Right.
Because you wait 15 minutes and you're going to get this people that jump on that person to defend you.
Absolutely.
Without defending yourself.
Yeah.
Which is good. You
No,
know
it's
what I mean?
great. I've had that happen for the business, for me personally, and then but other times I do think the mistakes some other people in town have made, but they didn't have the goodwill of having people come to bat for them, is they let shit just get out there and they never defended themselves.
Of course, yeah.
And I think that was the undoing of, you know, maybe some of Mike Ross's stuff, or where like they just let stuff go and never came out and publicly said, hey, here's how we see things that happened, or
Right.
where you got to give perspective sometimes, because if people only know one story, that's all they're going to know.
In my opinion, you can be too big and not be able to see everything
Yeah.
and be able to defend it all.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, and Mike's a great guy. I mean, I know Mike personally.
Yeah.
I know him real well, you know? But it's like you can't, if you think you're not doing wrong, but you've still got to step up.
Well,
You know
just
what I mean?
go put your story out there.
Of course.
I think, you know, don't think I've met Mike. I've talked to numerous people that work directly for him and have been really close friends with him. And what I've always said from my perspective was, if I was in his shoes, people don't know what he looks like. People are like, he's almost a shot. Like he needed to put himself out there and just be like, hey, I'm this guy from Greene County that just wanted to keep places afloat and help places out. And
Of course.
I feel like that would have gone a long way.
I guarantee it.
And it just
Yeah.
never happened. And
No.
The Bloomington Town Planner is a community calendar owned and published by local residents John and Sharon Martin. Mailed out to Bloomington homes in December of each year, it features school schedules and community events. And don't forget the coupons at the bottom of the calendar. They'll save you money and help you decide on the next restaurant or retailer to check out here in the Bloomington area. Town Planner also has an online calendar which will be found at townplanner.com. Make sure to sign up for their weekly e-newsletter so you can stay on top of all the fun events going on around town. But so I think there is something to be said for, don't let people just go slander you or your business, and not, if other people aren't sticking up for you, at least go give your perspective. You might be wrong. You might have done some shit bad, but like, at least go out there and be like, hey, here's how things happen from our perspective.
Of course. I mean, you always defend your employees.
Of course.
I mean, there's no question.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got instances of where don't come at my employees.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
I had one not too long ago where we got a 1-star review, maybe less than a month. This was pretty recent. And it's like, hey, we waited for 15 minutes at the window. No one came up and talked to us. And at first I'm like, come on, guys. Like, we shouldn't be letting people, like, I was not feeling great about the employees.
Right.
And I went and watched, but before I texted them, before I responded, I was like, I'm going to go look at the tape. I'm not going to just go off this word. And then sure enough, they were greeted within 15 seconds. And then they said that they needed some time to look at the menu. They came back like within 3 minutes, no one came back and they just left. Now,
Right.
granted, obviously you would have liked them to be checked in on sooner, but it wasn't anywhere near what the review said.
Of course.
And so I went on there, responded, and stood up for the staff and said, hey, you know, they checked on you right away. Like, I'm sorry. Like, obviously, I wish we got back to you a little sooner to see what you wanted, but
And yeah, you learn that over, and you know this, you've done it, but you learn it that there's going to be those people that you're not going to make happy.
oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I had an experience real early on with the daughter that I showed you the picture of. A lady was really rude to her and snatched a water bottle out of her hand. And you want to talk about somebody that went berserk? And my wife was there. She can attest to it.
Yeah.
I mean, with a full, waiting out the door, lying around the building. I went off,
Yeah.
just berserk.
It's not
Sorry.
only your staff, it's your daughter.
Guess
Yeah.
what? You're not going to act. I mean, you may be able to go somewhere else and dictate, but that doesn't happen at my place.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
what I mean?
And that's a great feeling. And that's why, you know, I love working for Lovey and working at the Moose.
They always got your back.
I'm empowered to do stuff like
Guarantee
that.
it.
If I was at a chain, it would be totally different. You would
Yeah.
get admonished. You would, you know,
Of
get in
course.
trouble.
Yeah.
But like because I've had, you know, you want to obviously give people a great experience. You're not always, sometimes you're going to fall short, but a lot of times there can be people that are very unreasonable. And it's actually really not that frequent. But when you get them, it is nice to feel empowered to not have to play into it and just be like, hey, well, I'm sorry. Like you said, you've made it clear there's nothing we can do to make you happy. We've done everything we can. It's probably best if we just go, you know.
Yeah.
If we quit trying.
Go somewhere else. Go say, yeah. There's plenty of options.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options. Go somewhere else. You know what I mean? And mistakes happen. Like you said, you wonder, you see a mistake and you wonder, and mistakes are going to happen.
When you need to
It
apologize
happens.
and you try to fix it.
Yeah,
and
you fix it, and that's all you do. You
That's
fix
all
it,
you
move
can
on.
do.
Yeah. Don't dwell on it.
Last thing I got for you, any local places that you like to frequent or show some love to, that you like to go eat out, or, you know, if you're doing date night or pizza with the family, or...
So, of course, Pizza X. I mean, you know, I love a Strom from Baldy's Pizza.
Oh, there you go.
Jimmy Dunning, I've known forever.
Yeah, I need to reach out to Jim actually about
it's good Strom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Jeff does a great job. Jeff Meese, he comes into Hinkle's too, and we talk. You know, he's just a great person.
Oh yeah.
Even though, I mean, everyone has their own thing, and they say, well, Hive's Burger is better than Hinkle's, so-and-so's. And they're like, why can't there be both?
There are two different burgers. Now, granted, they're
it's
both kind
different.
of smash style.
Yeah.
But to me, those scratch different itches.
You know, and I do that. I'll go places, and I'll order a smash burger just to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's been kind of the fad in the last few years. Everyone has a smash burger.
What Hive does is like the new age. It's like, yes, it's a smash burger, and it is freaking delicious. It is very, very good.
Yeah.
What you guys are doing is like, it's not a smash burger to me.
Right.
Now, granted, you are smash. It's like what the smash burger has come to be. It's rooted in what you do.
Right.
But you have like the original where it's like, it's not a bougie bun. It's just like, it's no frills. It is basic. And it really just like lets those few ingredients shine through.
Oh yeah. And then when the grill is full and just to see it rolling off there, I mean, there's nothing like it.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Getting that,
you know, and a lot of people. I mean, there it is.
Yeah. See, that's amazing. Like put that against a picture of a Hive smash burger.
Yeah.
Granted, they're both smash burgers in a way, but they are two different burgers. Like they are. If you're in the mood for one, you're not necessarily in the mood for the other. Well, they don't. There we go. Yeah, because they're doing like a potato bun.
Right. Yeah. It's different.
Toppings.
I mean, it is,
yeah. Look how high tech we are.
Oh man.
Yeah. Night and day. Those are two different.
That is
that's
totally.
not the, yeah.
I mean, the bun is not even close.
Yeah.
You know.
But again, I love it. I'm in the mood for that Hive burger sometimes. I'm in the mood for your burger sometimes. They're both very good burgers. They're two different things.
I mean, of course, like we talked about cheese sticks.
Yeah.
I mean, I love cheese sticks from Crazy Horse.
Oh yeah,
I mean, oh yeah, the good
it's
stuff.
so crazy because you would never think about just sitting and eating that amount of cheese.
No.
But you just like batter it up and put some marinara. You're like, oh yeah, I'll kill this.
They are good, you know. And of course, I mean, you know, it depends on what you're feeling for the night, you know. El Ranchero, you can't go wrong. I mean, you know, And May, I mean, May's done. He's done well.
Oh, he does incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to see him just the other week and really good catching up with him. And excited. I'm going to lunch tomorrow at Southern Stone.
Oh, nice.
To go
nice.
see what he's done there.
Yeah.
And really excited because that place means a lot to me since
Yeah.
I worked at Sweetgrass.
Of course.
So anything that's in that space,
History.
I want to see it do well.
Yeah.
But it looks like what they're doing is nowhere close to what we did at Sweetgrass originally. But that's fine. I want to see them and their identity and what they're doing. And I saw they're doing like crab legs and stuff. So I'll report back.
So you do that a lot. You get out and you do that. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And I'm around that food I'm around food all day.
Right.
And there's nights where I'm sitting here going, nothing sounds good.
Uh-huh.
And I don't, and it's not a bad thing really, but it's like everywhere I go, I know somebody. I'm from here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I grew up here.
Yeah.
Now I own Hinkle's, which makes it even blow up more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They're like, hey, you know, my kids are like, of course, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, you know somebody here.
My girlfriend deals with the same thing. Anytime we're going out, of course, which it worked out. We ended up doing Valentine's Day in Bargersville.
Nice.
Had a great dinner. But we're sitting there. I was like, you know what? This actually nice. Like we didn't get stopped once on the way to the table to have a side conversation.
And what I tell them though, at least they like you.
Yeah,
They could hate your ass.
Well, I normally like that,
And you're
but on
watching
a
your back
night
at
like
people who don't-
Valentine's Day, it
Yeah.
was nice to just focus on each other. You know,
Of course, yeah.
But normally, I love like that's part of the fun of going out and being a member of the community is seeing people you know and catching up real quickly. And
There's nothing against, and I'll tell you what I really like from a Yogi's chicken Caesar salad. I will eat a chicken Caesar salad from Yogi's. And of course, I pick it when the students are gone. Nothing against the students,
Right.
But it's just my vibe is more just laid back, easy going,
Low key.
You know, low key. I don't want any of the other stuff.
Yeah, we do bingo at Yogi's every Wednesday.
Really?
And so we started it in 2016 at the old Yogi's. I've done it a bunch of different places, been going pretty much nonstop since 2016. Brothers, Kilroy Sports, Metalworks, Fairfax, all over the place. Did Hoosier Bar and Grill for a little bit. But, you know, this past year we came back to our home of Yogi's,
Right.
Which has been really fun. But my buddy, he gets that chicken Caesar every time, and it's so
Went
good.
there a few weeks ago. When was it? Last time the students were gone? I guess it would have been Christmas.
Yeah, winter break.
Their last winter break.
Yeah.
Went there and went to the video saloon. Do some
nice.
darts. Hadn't done it in years.
I'm sure it was fantastic, though.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a club guy. I go to AmVets, you know, and it's laid back, chill, cheap drink, play pool.
Right.
It was nice to throw some. I keep saying I want to go to the Cade. You ever been to the Cade?
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, I want to play them old video games.
Yeah.
My brother and his friends, back in the day, they were 5 years younger. So I would get them, load them up in my truck. We'd go to Spaceport.
Okay.
You know, you heard of where it was at. So Spaceport was up from where Lenny's is now, at the corner of Kirkwood and is that Indiana?
Yeah,
At Sample Gates.
Uh-huh.
It was on the corner right there, Spaceport.
Garrett, I feel like we had a guest mention Spaceport before.
I mean,
can't.
it
was
is.
Yeah.
It's old school.
Well, hit me up. Let's go. I'll
Video
go to
games,
the
the
if you
Cade.
need someone to go to the Cade with, I'll go.
do they have beer? I mean, alcohol?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, whiskey?
Yeah, they got 3-way liquor license.
Well, okay,
everything.
cool.
Because it's
Yeah.
part of the.
I don't drink beer, so
it's the same owners.
Yeah, really?
So it's the same 3-way
I got
liquor
you.
licenses
Nice,
upstairs.
nice,
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Black family, they're fantastic.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Richie, you're the man.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for everything you do.
Hey, you too, buddy.
Yep, this has been fun. Anything else you want to throw out there before we let you go?
Just, I mean, no. Thank you for everything. Thank everybody for everything. I mean, the people make it. You know what I mean? The
yeah.
people that come in, they make it what it is. I mean, we're just supplying to them, just making them happy, making them smile.
You're doing a great job.
Memories. Appreciate you.
Hinkle's Hamburgers. Check them out. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
What another fun episode, huh, gang? Thanks to Visit Bloomington, as always, for being our presenting sponsors. Thanks to Everywhere Science for this cool sign. Nate and team hooked it up. And thanks to you for watching so we can keep doing this. See you next Tuesday morning with another new episode of the No Dishes Podcast. This episode of the No Dishes Podcast was recorded, edited, and produced by Garrett Portinga of Green Hat Media in beautiful downtown Bloomington, Indiana.
No Dishes Media.
No Dishes Media.